a company goes through three phases. The first phase is the get on phase. You have to do anything that you have to do to survive. You have to just get on. But very quickly, you move from get on to get honest. But he says that's not the end. A company must move from just being an honest company to being an honorable company. So to him, it's get on, get honest, get honorable. And he says, I want you to know that my company is an honorable company, and if there is even a tacit understanding that we are going to buy those ships, then we must stand by our word, contract or no contract, and make sure that we stick to our word. We signed that contract, we incurred that loss of 50 million. And in that story, I learned a very important lesson, which by the way, business schools don't teach you. And I see four aspects of that. The first is compliance. And compliance, as our own example said, is not just legal compliance, but what in Hindi we say boli. You know, you're given your word and that's all that matters. So it's legal, ethical, moral compliance. And I think that is absolutely important. The second one is societal, which is much more than CSR to me. It's again doing the right thing. We have seen examples of Nike and Disney in China when they employed what was perceived as slave labor or child labor. We saw the situation of carpet makers in India where again the whole issue of child labor came in. Whether that's legal or not, it was seen to be morally and ethically unacceptable, and therefore those companies had to change. Again, when I was in Pricewaterhouse, we actually worked with Nike to find ways of overcoming it and to discover what was happening, not just in your factory, but in your contractor's factory. So the societal compliance and societal expectations of a great country are significantly higher. When we employ people or when we have people working with us on our site who are not our employees, who are contract employees, we have to make sure, and we do make sure, that they have exactly the same terms and conditions as we and our staff have. The other thing which I found, especially when I worked in Hong Kong and other countries, was that when you work in a different country, you are inevitably seen as an ambassador of your country. And whatever you do, if you do not meet the societal norms, it's not just your company that is held at fault, but your entire nation. So you will have saying, oh, Australians are always like this, or Chinese always do this, or Indians do this if you're outside your country. If you do it in your own country, people will only worry about you as that country. As that company, I'm sorry. So you have to recognize that when you do work in a global environment outside your home country, you're also an ambassador of that country, and therefore you have to work to the highest standards in that country.